This message goes out to the illuminati, 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 and anyone you reach out to, and anyone that wonders how to become a star, or is too good at something, or needs money, or redirection. For some reason, if you're wondering how to become published, and you wonder if it's safe, where it ends up, how come they're different? Or if you accepted a letter that ended up in a group for something you could have that you never could get, even when you had the money, you couldn't get what you wanted. Or if you didn't have the money, you got what you needed. And if you still have a chance to redirect your own choices, or if you get that chance in the future, from where I am, this is what I would choose to do, and where I feel comfortable going. The stock is called WPM. It is P for Patrick, and M for metal, and W for you. And I do not know who owns it, but I would avoid the mines. Somehow it involves mines still, and hopefully they stop that. Alright? But there's no B there. Alright? So maybe it's on the ground at the salvage yards or something, and not in people's brains or something. It is a P. Alright? So it's precious metal somehow, and somehow they refine it. And they take the metals apart, and electronics apart, and they work with some chemicals safely, and they let somebody else make the decisions. And in these departments, it is still dangerous, because you likely get what you need for money, and somehow you know how to get what you want and need from those areas. And every choice has a consequence. Alright? That is where I would likely go if I had a choice to go to work. And from there, if everybody drops out at every occupation to go there, look, we don't want to be a part of building this electric, somehow spiritual, where we were all tricked in everywhere to go. I would, Donald Trump, I would choose to go to this department requesting it right away, because we are ignorant here somehow about this electric, some reason lies and spirituality. Whoever built it is long gone in it, alright, and did not leave the idea of we end up in it. He was ignorant to it too. And somehow we were all ignorant to it, except for the people, sadly, that murder people, that did not want to get into trouble. They might have knew about it somehow, but never consciously registered it, but they could never come out. And then even somehow, someone that didn't even get into trouble, there were defensive programs for this force to be the letter T in a sword, to have no one know. And that meant because people were getting hurt creating electronics, and the other people didn't even really register that they end up in here too making a profit. Somehow we all only had the education and religion to this date to build it, not knowing where I've had 20 years to look for where our spirituality ends up in it. Our soul, every part of it, and it's cold, and you're awake, and you never rest. Now everybody has a part in how this world is built, and no one had the time to look to, well, that one would have to, alright, and these people would have to, and there's a group of people that go around with a charge to get the, and then they end up a part of the, and it's all discreet. Alright? So out of every group, including Washington, including Worldly Global, including Switzerland, I would just throw everything down. Alright, I don't know how to shut it off, and go look for the stock WPM. and P for Patrick, and M for mountain, alright? And find the precious recycling area to get a job, alright? So it is around the world, this one. You might not have to go far. And say you won't want nothing, 'cause of me, I wouldn't want to dig in the mines of anything but the metal already there to feel better about life. From the hospital, for them that went out picketing, somehow seemed like they were tuned into me. That is where I would go. Any patrol, any ZV would go there.